Most of the services that the Refugee Office provides end within about 90 days after the refugee's arrival, but the office recognizes that that's really not always adequate to support refugees in a new community. We have several different groups and classes that we offer for refugees in the area.
So why don't we go, we'll keep going through this quiz, and then let's see at about...
We just started a women's driving class, and it's a class for non-native English speakers to study to pass the learner's permit exam.
All right. Please show me your vehicle registration card. Do you remember where that is? Where is it? In the glove compartment. Turn on the windshield wipers. So you push this down. Did you get wet? Okay. Okay, you may get in the car. So this one, so you don't get this one is for the front. This one. All right. Okay, you're done. You may turn off the car. In and out, off, two, push in, and down.
So this group, Rocktown Rallies, was started by some community members who were very concerned about what they saw in the news and how people were being treated in Europe, and said, well, wait, I know we have refugees in Harrisonburg, and how are those refugees being treated? And so they approached us and said, we would like to throw a party for the refugees coming to Harrisonburg.
This Rocktown Rallies really was founded when we saw the footage of Aylan Kurdi, of that 4-year-old Syrian boy on the beach. All of us are parents. Most of us have kids that same age, and it really was incredible heartbreak we felt.
I want to know that everything will be good with my kids. I'm afraid, before we afraid of different things like terrorism, but now I hope it's a safe place for us and for my kids. And I know I'm white for their future. I'm hoping here is a good place for them, for their growth and for their education, for their life.
People start asking questions about, well, you know, what is a refugee, and what is our government doing to help refugees, and what are we as communities doing to welcome refugees in ways that are supportive and inclusive, instead of, you know, treating them like they aren't Americans, whereas the American story is an immigrant story. You know, we're all in some ways immigrants and refugees coming here.
We were struck how generous our community is and how like-minded they rallied in support of refugees coming here locally, also what's happening abroad.
Now, more than 2,000 Syrian refugees already live in the U.S. None have any ties to terrorism, but now more than 30 governors across the U.S. say they will not accept any more.
The U.S. can take a lot more refugees in, and the U.S. ought to take in a lot more refugees from Syria.
If you want to support any charity, do that. Choose a man or a woman, a boy or a girl in your back home, somebody from your neighborhood, somebody from your family, and educate them, give them the better education so they don't become the part of this evil.
If you put someone person's life in dangers, like to put all people's life in dangers. So we need to save people's life from dangers. That's what Quran says or Bible says.
There really is no end in sight. There's really no end in sight for Syrians fleeing that conflict, because they're caught between extremely dangerous and violent terrorist group and a very violent authoritarian regime on the other side.
We are human beings. God created me and created you, but with different languages, with different religions, but we are all from one tree.
If you don't mind, to be able to list our names. We're all constituents of
Okay.
Congressman Goodlatte.
I think it's important that we all remember that one of the foundations of our society here in the U.S. is freedom of religion. And if we decide to pass laws or whatever that persecutes a person for the religion that they elect to believe in, then that is totally wrong, and it's totally against everything this country's ever been built on.
Well, the congressman would never make a decision like this or cast a vote based solely on religion. It was national security concerns and our ability to properly vet people coming from Syria at this time. Yes, ma'am.
Great. It's really good to hear that the congressman is not acting out of religious motivation, but would you have any opinion on or any ability to comment on where he would stand vis-a-vis some of the Republican candidates like Jeb Bush, who have said that they would only want to accept Christian refugees?
No, we couldn't comment on it.
Given the fact that Harrisonburg is such a surprisingly diverse community, made up of people from all over the place, I would really like to see Representative Goodlatte step up and really go to bat for some of these people. And I'd appreciate it if you'd really kind of convey it with kind of the broken voice that I'm using at the moment.
Yes, sir, I will.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think in the short term, our duty is to welcome those who fled war and violence. And a very important message is for them to know that they're safe.
The thing that unites them is that, it wasn't safe. The choice is really die or leave.
Vai vir para o